So there we go. Final whistle at the Brick Community Stadium. Wigan 0, Wrexham 0. Possibly one of the dullest games we've been to in quite a while.
Yeah.
To be honest, first half, I think all we created was, well, nothing really. Dobson had a shot from the edge of the box, which he sort of spooned wide. That was the only real thing I remember seeing. A little bit better in the second half, I'd probably say.
First 5-10 minutes, yeah.
And then probably the last 5-10 minutes, but Wigan probably had the better chances. That might even, a point does them a lot of good. Doesn't really do us a lot of good, especially with Wycombe scoring in the last minute. So Wycombe won today, so we're now just 1 point separates us from Wycombe.
I thought it was too good to be true to last.
I know they scored really late on as well, which is disappointing, but it is still in our hands. I think that's the one positive that we got to take from this is we didn't lose. We're still in second. It's still in our hands. Mm-hmm. If we go and win our remaining games, then we go up. It's as simple as that. So
we have to win our remaining games.
We do, but it's one of them. I did say, rightly or wrongly, I didn't think a draw here was going to be hugely detrimental, and I didn't think it was the worst thing in the world. No. I think there are worse games for us to drop points in, and I didn't think this was the worst one to be dropping points. Yeah. I stand by that, and because I think all of Wycombe's most difficult games are still ahead of them.
Yep.
I just had a feeling we were going to struggle here today, and we didn't turn up. There wasn't anything there. There was too much lateral movement. We were crabbing from side to side.
Hoofball again.
Yeah, the first half was just hoofball continuously all the way through. And it was poor. Yeah. You didn't enjoy yourself, did you?
I didn't know. I said to you, didn't I? I said it's probably the worst away game that we've been to. It was just, the atmosphere was good, obviously, because, us fans always bring it, but the players didn't bring it today. And I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. It was just a bit of a lacklustre game, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. But, the one of them, Sarah said disappointing. Lee said poor performance tonight. Glenda, hi, Sean and Ryan. At least we are still second. There is that. You've got to take some sort of positive.
Yeah, cloud and all that.
It's an early kick-off, which means we can just go home now and enjoy the rest of our Saturday and the rest of our weekend. It would have been nice to be going home with all 3 points. Of course it would, but we're not.
But we
haven't lost, so let's just take that. Spyro Derone said tough match. Johnny boy, safe travel home. Let's get 3 next game. Yeah, I mean, we've got
Bristol Rovers next, isn't it?
It is. So we've got Good Friday and we've got Easter Monday. I think if we'd have flipped it, let's say we win on Good Friday against Bristol Rovers, if you flip that result around and we'd won here today, but then drop points at home to Bristol Rovers, that to me is a lot worse than what the potential might be. So, one of them.
One of them.
Karen said I fell asleep.
It was one of those sort of games.
We were in the stand and we nearly did as well. Sorry, just crossed the road quickly. Look, it was all round quite poor. I'm happy because it was a ground that I'd never been to before. So now I've done it. I've ticked it off. I don't need to come back again.
Hopefully we won't.
Hopefully we don't need to because we go up, but we'll have to wait and see. Look, the show is out on Monday. We've got a very special guest joining us on Monday, so please join us for that. Jennifer, against a strong defence, we just didn't have it today. Yeah, I think the thing is, with the 2 centre-backs they've got, they're very good in the air. And I just felt like we just kept lumping these really long balls up. and there was just it just wasn't going to happen. But we just persist. What's that saying? The definition of madness is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And we just didn't. Yeah, we didn't get a different result. It wasn't. It didn't happen, and it just wasn't going to happen for us. But look, it's the way it is. We are going to head home. A very short one, because the amount of traffic that is coming out of here is absolute hell. So we're going to jump in the car and head home. Please join us Monday 6 p.m. for our show. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Bye bye.